Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Relation Shots, the place to get practical relationship advice that actually works in your relationship. If you have not already done so, go ahead and download our free guide to intimacy. It'll walk you through 4 key areas of intimacy and give you some practical ways to evaluate where you're at and have some specific and quick things you can do to improve those areas of intimacy. You'll see that in the description area below. All right, so what we want to talk about in this video is 5 simple little easy things that husbands can do that will really make a big impact on how their wives view their happiness in the marriage. And so this is based on research and surveys done by Harvard-trained researcher Shaunti Feldhahn, who's written a lot about relationships in general and done a lot of research on relationships. So this is not me making up opinions or pulling ideas out of the air. This is responses from wives who are actually married and what moves the needle for them in the relationship. So husbands, grab a pen, scoot on up. Wives, maybe you want to grab this list of 5, pick 2 or 3 that really move the needle for you, share them with your husband so that you guys can be moving towards a happier marriage. Our tendency is often to try to dig for the deep issues of the marriage, and if we can resolve these, we're going to be in a good place. But I've found in working with a lot of couples, it's often the simple little things done consistently that make a bigger difference than trying to resolve these big issues in the relationship. So here are 5 little things that make a big impact in the relationship for wives that husbands can do. Number 1 is take her hand. Real simple, real easy. Just grab her hand when you're out in public. Maybe you're walking together, walking through the mall, walking through a parking lot, wherever it may be. Just reach over and grab her hand. 82% of the women surveyed say it deeply pleases them when their husband reaches over and grabs their hand. There's something about it that says, I got you, I care about you, I'm with you, I see you, you're with me. And so that has been a powerful way to make a big impact in a little gesture. Come on, fellas, this is easy. Just grab her hand when you're out. Number 2 is send her a message to tell her that you're thinking about her and that you love her. So whether that's a voicemail, whether that's a text message, whether it's a social media DM, whether it's an email, basically you're letting them know that it's not out of sight, out of mind. Even though we're not together, I'm still thinking about you. And there's something about that that makes your spouse feel like they're special because you're thinking about them, you still care about them, and little gestures like that can let them know, you know what? I'm thinking about you, I care about you, I love you. That moves the needle for a lot of women. Number 3 is put your arm around her or your hand on her knee when you're out in public. So maybe you're at a restaurant with friends, maybe you're at church, maybe you're at a movie, maybe you're somewhere where people can see you and you are putting your arm around her, you're putting your hand on her knee. It's a gesture that says a lot of things. It says, I love you. It says, I'm proud to be with you. Maybe it says, you're mine. And I'm grateful for those things. And so this is one of those acts that, according to research, really made the women feel like they were special when they were out in public and their husband did this. Especially even more so if your wife had been in a relationship in the past where they were hidden or where it was not celebrated out in public. For a variety of reasons. But if that's their case, this is even more consequential and more special to them. So when you're out in public, put your arm around them, put your hand on their knee, just let them know that you're grateful to be with them and that they are yours. That moves the needle as well. Number 4 is tell her she's beautiful. Yeah, it's real simple. Just let your wife know that you think they're beautiful. A lot of women are wondering, or maybe don't feel beautiful, wondering if their husband still thinks they're beautiful. Maybe there's something about themselves they don't like. Maybe they compare themselves to other people, and that hits them, makes them a little more insecure. There's something powerful with the husband telling the wife, you know what, you're beautiful. That looks beautiful. You look great tonight. Just let them know. Oftentimes we're searching for that. Both men and women are searching for that, but a lot of times the women are searching for that. That's why outside attention can often be so intoxicating when they don't know that their husband thinks they're beautiful. And so, fellas, this is real simple. Tell them they're beautiful. And guess what? Don't only tell them they're beautiful when you're trying to get sex. Just let them know they're beautiful for the sake of letting them know they're beautiful. And the fifth thing that is a little thing that makes a big difference in marriage is going to be a little surprising to a lot of men, but it is simply when the husband can get themselves out of a funk. And so men, when they get in a funk, most men generally will tend to just withdraw, internalize it, get some distance, and try to deal with their funk on their own. Now, again, most men did not grow up in environments where we were celebrated for sharing our feelings, for being emotional, for not having it together. And so most men have been conditioned not to share when they're stuck or in their funk, but usually your wife is going to know. And so it moved the needle a lot for the women to say, my marriage was happy when their husband had the ability to quickly pull themselves out of a funk. Because what happens is, not only did the women in the survey tend to wonder if their husband was okay, but they also tend to wonder if it was just them or if it was about the relationship. So they see their husband in a funk, and it's not just, I wonder if they're okay. It was also, I wonder if our relationship is okay. They're not giving me any information. They're not telling me anything. Something's clearly not right. Maybe the relationship's not right as well. So for these women, when they had a husband who had learned to pull themselves out of a funk, they tended to be happier in the relationship. And I know for me, this is one of those areas. Listen, I don't want to burden anybody else with my mess when I'm struggling, when I'm not doing well. Certainly the family, my wife and the kids, I'm supposed to be the rock of the family. So I don't want to put that burden on them. I tend to be withdrawn and quiet, but that's okay if you can pull yourself out of the funk, because that made a big difference for women. So there you go, 5 simple things, according to research, that women said went a long way in them being happy in the relationship. So here's what I want you to do. If you're a man watching this, I want you to go talk to your wife and see, hey, are these things important to you, and which ones are most important to you, so you can begin to do those things, which will lead to a happier marriage. If you're a woman watching this, why don't you take these 5 things, decide on which couple may be the best for you, and then have a conversation with your husband to say, hey, I watched your video and these things came up and I think they were spot on these. What do you think about these? And start that conversation. I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. If any of these ladies move the needle for you, and men, if any of these were revelations to you, they're real simple. You can walk them out. You can walk them out today and make a difference in your relationship. 5 little things that make a big impact for wives in their marriage. If we can help you in any other area of your relationship, tons of resources in the description area below. We'd love to be a part of your relationship journey and help you get where you're trying to go. Until next time, we'll see you right back here on Relation Shots.